They text to Mr. Metcalf saying, incredible.
All right, so let's go.
Sense ever. But now you're saying you didn't consent.
So we finished the Mishnah, right, which went through all the different halachas of Esrog. So first we're gonna have first the Gemara is gonna discuss a description of Esrog. Yeah, so you're right on the top of Lamed Hey Amud Aleph. It's a ton of Rabbanon, pre-8 Hadar, right? So it says that it's a pre-8 Hadar, right? The passul says it's a pre-8 that's beautiful. 8 Shatam Eitza Yupiriya Shava. It's an 8 that the taste of the wood and the fruit is the same. Aviyam is a S. That's an S. I don't know. So I mean, the Mefarshim say that the Esrog does not taste like the wood of an Esrog. I don't know how many people taste wood of Esrogim before, but the inside, the bitter part of the Esrog, so it tastes like the wood. At least that's what they say. Right, so that's what it means. It's Esrog shetam eitza piriya shava. So Gemara asks, maybe it's peppers, right? Because peppers, I guess they know that peppers, the wood and the vegetable have the same taste, right? Now this is I think this is peppers, like the sharp peppers, not vegetable peppers, as far as I know, right? So hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so Vema pilpulin. Yeah, so let's say it's pilpulin peppers. I guess the spicy peppers. What's it called? Peppercorns? Is that like peppercorns? Yeah. Yeah, so Vema pilpulin. Let's say it's pilpulin. The Tanya, like we learned in the Bride, so R Meir said bimashma shenemar with the tatim kol 8. Right, when it says that you should plant any type of tree, right, just talking about Arlah. Like whenever you plant a tree, so the first 3 years you're not allowed to eat it. So it says v'natatim kol 8, any yadayashu 8 Michael. Don't I know that we're referring to a tree of food? What is that? Yeah. I don't know, this is like a delay. Hold on. Yeah, you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I know what happened. My Bluetooth. Am I heard now?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Okay, that's something went wrong with my Bluetooth. Okay, again. So it says, "Shenemar v'natatim kol eitz any yadayashu eitz Michael." Don't I know that it's talking about eights of food? Matam eitz Michael. So what does it mean, eitz Michael? Eitz shatam eitz piriya shava. It's talking about wood that taste of its wood and its fruit is the same thing. Aviyam is a pilpulin. That's referring to peppers. What does it teach us? Pilpulin chayavin ba'arlah. That pilpulin are chayav in Arlah. Right? Meaning pilpulin grows on bushes. So it's a shiloh whether pepper is a vegetable, in which case it doesn't have Arlah, or if it's on a tree, in which case it does have Arlah. Right? So we're saying that since it's wood and its fruit taste the same, so therefore it must be like a tree, and therefore it's chayav in Arlah. Bein Eretz Yisrael chaseira klum. And Eretz Yisrael is not.
So why didn't you say that's what you should use for the daled minim, the pepper?
So it said that's what the Gemara is going to add. That we should use it for daled minim.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're going to ask. Yeah, so in 2 lines. Bein Eretz Yisrael chaseira klum. Eretz Yisrael is not missing anything. Shenemar lo yisechsar kol ba. It's not missing anything. Right? So, whatever it is that you see, that pepper, we're saying that pre-ate hadar means an esrog because it's wood, tastes the same as its fruit. So pepper also, the wood would taste the same as its fruit. Yeah? My answer is, by pepper, it can't be pepper. Because it's not possible. What are you going to do? How are you gonna take pepper? If you take a little one, you eat one little pepper, one little round bowl of pepper, it's not going to be recognizable. How's anybody going to know you're taking it? Take 2 or 3 peppers. It says we learned yesterday's daf that an esrog, you only take 1 esrog, and not 2 or 3. Therefore, so there's no way that should be pepper, so therefore it has to be an esrog. Right? So really, meaning theoretically it could be an esrog, but lemaisa it's not. Theoretically it could be a pepper, but it's not. My bottom line is it's not.
See,
there's no way to take it. Yeah.
Somebody from the Matty Cohn Shia, 1015 Shia sent. Well, he sent it out, but somebody from the Wikipedia, wherever it was, they had the whole thing of peppers. I sent a copy to Shmuel David. There's peppers in West Africa that look just like, they were the same size and they look just like Esrog.
Oh yes, somebody sent that to me, Taka. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You saw that? Yeah. Somebody did a lot of research or something.
Yeah.
Taka, interesting, because otherwise, what is this Gemara talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's Yaakov.
What are you saying, Gershon? Yeah.
Why does the lekicha have to be nicker?
I have no idea. I don't know. Where does it say that the lekicha has to be nicker?
Especially because the next word is lachem, and usually it means with tefillin, lacha means private, not nicker.
Right. I don't know. Do you have any source for nicker?
No.
It has to be nicker? I don't know. I wasn't sure either why it has to be nicker. Okay, let's see weiter. Rabbi R Meir, Al Tikri Hadar Ella Hadir. He has a different shot. Right, so don't read it that it's pre-ate Hadar Ella Hadir. Oh, 1 second. They're davening now?
Yeah, 10.
And what about you? You davening already?
I want to wait.
How about can we wait for another half hour, 45 minutes, and then make a matter? You're not going to get enough guys. See if you can shop anybody. Tell my kids not to daven then. I'm sorry. Every day they say they're doing Ma'ariv at 9:30, 9:45. Now they changed their minds. So now what? Okay.
Nowadays, an esrog tastes it tastes good.
People make esrog jam before they understand it. You gotta add a lot of sugar to it.
But I'm saying if you took a bite out of an esrog, it's edible.
What? Yeah, a regular straight esrog. I don't know. You gotta ask the pregnant women who bite the top of the esrog for. They bite the top of the esrog for what do you call it?
They do that for a
for
purpose, so they don't. That doesn't necessarily need to be tasting good.
No, and a hanami, but they probably can tell you what the taste is, no?
I'm not going to ask some pregnant woman.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, okay, whatever it is, but it doesn't make a difference. As long as the wood and the esrog taste the same, that's really what we need. At least according to the first shot. Right? The second shot is Rebbe Al Tikri Hadar Ella Hadir. Don't read it Hadar, only a deer, which means a deer means a corral where the animals stay. Nadir yesh ze yesh poi gedolim v'katanim t'mimim bali mumin. Just like this deer has large animals, small animals, whole animals, bali mumin. Hachanami yesh poi gedolim v'katanim t'mimim bali mumin. We know with the Esrogim you have large ones, small ones. Ones that are messed up, ones that have mumin, ones that are whole, ones that have mumin, right? So Gemara asks, okay, I don't understand the Havamina here. Also, sharp payers less food, gezeira, don't do other payers not have also the same thing? Right? There's always different types of fruits in different sizes. Right? What it means is that, and we had this a couple of blot ago, that we said that Esrog is unique, where the Esrog will stay on the tree from year to year. Meaning, most fruits, if you don't pick them, they'll dry up and they'll fall off the tree. Esrogim will stay on the tree. So what it means is that you could potentially have large Esrogim from the previous year and new Esrogim for this year growing on the same tree. Right? Yeah. Fine. So that's the second shot and why what would refer to as Esrogim. Oh, Amar, Al Tikri Hadar, Ella Hadar. Don't read Hadar, but meaning meaning Hadar, which was living. It's the same teretz as the last one. It's a type of fruit that stays on the tree from year to year. Right, and an esrog stays on the tree from year to year. So that's the same thing that we just said. And as I I'll say Hadar Ela Idur. Right? Shekain Beloshin Yavani Karan Lamayim Idur. In Greek, we call water Idur. Be'ezi Shagadol Al Kol Mayim Haviyam is a esrog. And what's the type of fruit that grows with a lot of water? That's an esrog. An esrog requires a lot of water.
So when the Torah says the word hadar, it means idur?
Correct. And it's Greek too.
Okay.
Which is, okay. I mean, well, listen, we have tefillin, right? Tefillin is also...
no, but we added, I'm saying the Torah has the word, there's a hay in there. And we're saying take out the hay and put it in olive.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Play on words, whatever it is.
Okay.
The raya, they were Israeli.
So anyway,
they were a hate like an olive.
Very good. All right, very good. Yeah. So what comes out is we have 4 pshatim in how we get that pre-Eitz Hadar, because all the Torah says is pre-Eitz Hadar. It doesn't say how that means esrog. So the first pshat is because the esrog tastes the same. The second pshat, the esrog in the wood tastes the same. Second shot is that the second and the third shot is that the esrog stays on the tree from year to year, and the fourth shot is that it needs a lot of water to grow. Fine, okay, fine. This is the same Gemara we had a few blot ago. So if it's made from Asheira and inner hanidachas, it's passul. My time, what's the reason? Even the streifakoi, since it's meant to be burned, we look at it, since it's going to be burned because it's a gezeira, so even though right now it's here, but we look at the shear as if it's ground up because it's not, there's nothing you could do with it. Right? Yeah, fine. Weiter. So now, so then now the next Gemara gets a little bit more difficult. So shall Arlah passul. Arlah is passul. So Arlah again is an esrog from the first 3 years, so it's passul. My timer. What's the reason? One says because it doesn't have a heter achila, because you're not allowed to eat it. It's Arlah, right? It doesn't have a din mammon. There's nothing you could do financially with it. It's not worth anything because it's also bahana. So essentially, they're saying the same thing. The question is exactly which one is the priority, which we're going to see as the Gemara continues. But again, the first sheet is that you have to be able to eat the esrog, and the other one says no, you have to be at least the esrog has to be worth something, and you can't. It's also bahana, so you can't do anything with it. So kasalkatayta, we think man boy heter achila loy boy din mammon. That the one that says that the esrog needs to be mutter to eat doesn't need it to be worth money. The one that says it needs a din mammon doesn't need heter achila. Right? So meaning they're mutually exclusive from each other. That they don't need both. You don't need both. So one holds that it needs to be mutter b'achila, and the other one holds that it needs to be mutter behana. So Tanan for answer that so Trumah Tamei passul. Right, it's made out of Trumah Tamei, it's passul. According to Mandam, it says that there's no heter achila, so that's good because Trumah Tamei, nobody can eat it. There's an issur to eat it. But din mammon. But according to the one that says that it doesn't have a din mammon, it has to be not worth something. Amai, why? A kohen can use it for firewood, right? So meaning Trumah Tamei is usable. It's worth something. Firewood, it's worth something. So therefore, according to that shita, it should be fine. Why should you not be able to use an esrog of Trumah Tamei? The Gemara answers, Ela b'heter achila, by that it needs a heter achila, kuli amalei pligi debeina. Everybody holds that the esrog, in order to have an esrog that's kosher, it needs to be able to be eaten halachically. Ki pligi b'din mammon. Where's the machlokes? By mammon. Marsa bar heter achila beina. Din mammon la beina. One holds that you need only a heter achila, but doesn't need to be worth anything. Marsa bar din mammon nami beina. And the other opinion holds that it needs to be worth money and it needs to be edible. So now we're saying everybody holds it needs to be edible. The only machlokes is, does it also need to be worth something? That's the machlokes. In my opinion, bottom line is, what's the difference between these two opinions? So according to R Meir, I don't know where we have this. I think it's
how does that work? Worth is subjective to everybody holds something different. For example,
we're talking about worth. No, it means halachically worth. Halachic worth.
But I'm saying that's subjective. Your brother Swerdlof would only use a certain type of esrog that he would say others are not worth anything.
No, that's true. But we're talking about halachically whether it's mutter. Meaning, is it also bahana? So basically, what we're saying is whether it's also bahana.
You say, not al chumrah, you mean?
Not al chumrah. If it's not kosher, so you could use it as a lemon. It's worth a nickel.
I got you. I am.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it means. Yeah. So what's the bottom line? What's the difference? So the difference between them is maaser sheni in Yerushalyim according to R Meir, because R Meir holds that maaser sheni. Again, what's maaser sheni? Maaser sheni is that the third and the sixth year you have to take up 1/10 of all your 10% of all your fruits, and you got to take it up to Yerushalyim and eat it in Yerushalyim. Right? So does that have kedusha or not? So R Meir holds that even though you're eating it yourself, but it has kedusha. Right? So since it has kedusha, so what's the din according to R Meir in Yerushalyim? Can you take an esrog? Can you buy an esrog? Take your money from that you brought up from the fruit, or take an apple that you brought up to Yerushalyim, swap it out with an esrog. Can you use that esrog? So according to the one that says it doesn't have a heter achila, you're allowed to eat it. This esrog, you're allowed to eat it. Or just let's use a simpler case. A guy has esrog trees. He has to bring it up to Yerushalayim in the third and the sixth year. Right? So can he take that esrog and use it? So according to the opinion, it says you have to be able to eat it. So this you're allowed to eat it. But according to the one that says that it doesn't have din mammon, that's why it's passul. Maaser sheni mammon gavoya. Right? R Meir holds that maaser sheni is considered gavoya. So therefore, nobody's allowed to. You can't sell anything. According to R Meir, you're not allowed to sell any of the maaser sheni. Meaning, the other opinions say that what you could do is you could be paid it. You can take the maaser sheni, put it onto money, and then use it for meat, etc., etc. R Meir holds you can't do any of that. So according to him, then it would be passul because it's not worth anything. Okay, so this time the Rav Asi, the Amr Lefishem, but did Mama. Let's say it's yeah.
According to the non-Rav Meir opinion, that's called value because you can be paid it.
That's what I would assume. You could do something with it, no?
I mean, the pidyon has nothing to do with its value. Punct we say because you can't make hektish lose, so you keilu make it its value. But the pidyon technically could be on a pruta. It's not because the fruit has value.
Again, what are you saying?
The pidyon of maaser sheni, it doesn't require me'ikra din, the value of the fruit itself. It just requires a pidyon onto something with value. It doesn't doesn't mean automatically that the fruit has value because you can be paid it.
Okay, but the bottom line is that I guess you can do something with it. I don't know if you could sell it. You're right. You're saying that you can't sell it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but it has value in the fact that you can eat it. I mean, that's not a din mammon. The same would apply to the non-R Meir that mammon gavayahu.
Right.
If you can eat it, means if
just...
you could eat it, it means it has value. You don't have to buy a pastrami sandwich. You could eat the esrog, so you save $10. It's value.
So very good. So what does the Gemara help by saying mammon gavaya? How is it an afkamina? A, and B, why is it only according to R Meir the Gemara is discussing this?
No, because according to everybody else, you could, there is some sort of worth to it. You're saying that it's not, but
it's not
I
a
think
value.
that's considered worth. If you can swap it out.
But that's not a real value to the maaser sheni.
And it's not your standard value, but
the Chazal said that we want you to end up with the same amount when you get to Yerushalyim. So we paid it for the same value. Go up. You still have the same issue.
Right. I hear. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's see, right? So to sign the Rav Asi the Omar, let's prove that it's Rav Asi that says the Pishain but din moment. Rav Asi is the one that says he's because again we said that it's a machlokes between Rav Asi and Rav Pia bar Avin, right? Way up at the two dots. But we don't know who said what. So let's prove that Rav Asi is the one that said it. To sign the Rav Asi don't Pishain but din moment. Rav Asi is the one that said because it doesn't have a din moment. Rav Asi, Esrog shel maaser sheni, because Rav Asi says the farish that an Esrog of maaser sheni, the R Meir ain't adam yotze b'yidei chavasa b'yamtiv. A person's not yotze chiyav on yamtiv. The Chachamim adam yotze b'yidei chavasa b'yamtiv. According to Chachamim, you are yotze. So you see, Rav Asi very clearly says that according to R Meir, you're not going to be yotze. So to Sayin, therefore, that's a proof that Rav Asi is the one that says that it has to have. You have to have some sort of ability to make money from this esrog. Obviously, the esrog, some people will find that the esrog sellers take this to the extreme. Not only do you have to have the ability to make money, you got to make tons of money, right? But we're not going down that road. Yeah. Fine. So Gufa. Then the Gemara says Gufa. Amar Rav Asi. Esrog shel maaser sheni. Esrog of maaser sheni. L'divrei R Meir. According to R Meir, ein adam yotze b'yidei chavasa b'yamtiv. According to R Meir, you're not yotze. The Chachamim adam yotze b'yidei chavasa b'yamtiv. Right? Because it's mom and hektish, so R Meir holds you can't be yotze, and the Chacham hold you are be yotze. Matza shel maaser sheni. What about Matza? Can you use Matza of maaser sheni? Same machlokes. The different R Meir ain't adam yotze b'yidei chavasa pesach. According to R Meir, it's kadosh. You can't eat it. Right? Yeah, the different Chachamim adam yotze b'yidei chavasa pesach. According to the Chachamim, you are yotze. Isa shel maaser sheni. And then dough of maaser sheni. So we know there's something called challah, right? So you got to take challah off. It comes from, that's where the word challah comes from that we eat on Shabbos. But it means that you have to take off a little bit. If you make, we say anywhere between 2.5 pounds to 5 pounds. So you got to take off challah, right? But if the challah doesn't belong to you, it belongs to Hashem, then you don't have to take off challah. So it's saying Isa shel maaser sheni. Oh, that's maaser sheni, meaning you had some wheat, you made it into dough, and you brought it up to Yerushalyim. So now, do you have to take off challah? So the R Meir paturim and challah because it belongs to Hashem. The Chachamim chayavas b'challah. According to the Chachamim, it's chayav and challah. So basically, we have three of the same din. It's all the same machlokes. According to R Meir, maaser sheni in Yerushalyim belongs to Hashem. Therefore, you wouldn't be yotze, not matzah. You're not yotze matzah. You're not yotze esrog, and you would not have to take off challah for it. So Maskal Papa Bishlam Isa. So Isa we understand because it says Reishis Arisa Seichem, the beginning of your dough. So Arisa Seichem means that it's yours. So if it belongs to Hashem, you don't have to take it off. Esrog Nami Ksiv Lochem Mishel Lochem. It says yours, that it should be from yours. Elamasa Miksiv Matzasem. A matzah, does it say the matzah has to be yours? We learn now from gezeira shava lechem that it does need to be yours. It says here that you have to have lechem oini, poor man's bread on Pesach. And it says over there, now we're on Tamei. says v'haya ba'achelchem milechem ha'aretz. When you eat from the lechem ha'aretz, right? That pasuk's by challah. Malahala mishelachem. Just like over there, it means you only take off challah when it belongs to you. V'shaloi mishel maaser, not from maaser. Afkan mishelachem. Also from you, v'loi mishel maaser, not from maaser. Right. So therefore, that's how we know that matzah has to be lochem. Now I don't know if the machmirim taka make sure that the matzah belongs to them. If you're having guests by your house, Pesach by night, or the guests, or the sons-in-law, whatever it is, and they want to do their own matzah, so those that are machmer, and it seems like this Gemara is saying that that's what you should do, is they should pick up the matzah and say that it's yours. No different than Esrog on the first day, and no different than Lulav and Esrog. Yeah, fine. Then the Gemara says,
one
three
thing,
lines
but
down,
see, Yaakov, they don't have to charge him for the Esrog because you're going to get it back. But once they eat the matzahs, you're not getting them back. So
you can't do matar manas lahafta, you say.
Right. It comes back to a lot of money, the matzah.
Right, that's true. But you can't do that shtick. Yeah, once you're giving it, you're giving it. Yeah, what can you do? Yeah. Fine. Okay, so let's leave it. Let's say this is the proof. Isa shel maaser sheni p'turim and challah. Dov maaser sheni is potem of challah. Yeah, sorry. Again, let's say it's a proof to this. Isa shel maaser sheni p'turim and challah. Dov maaser sheni is potem of challah. This is R Meir. The Chachamim say it's chayav v'challah. What do you mean it's a proof? It's exactly what we just said. Saying, let's say that this is a proof, right? That Isa maaser sheni is potter from challah according to R Meir because it doesn't belong to you, and the Chachamim say it's chayav v'challah. Right? What do you mean it's a proof? It's the same exact brayso. Ella. So mi divha pligi v'ha nami pligi. So what it's saying is no. Since there's there's a machloikis by challah, so therefore there's a machloikis also by esrog and matzah. Right? That's what it's saying. That the proof is that the same machloikis. We could say shani isa or we could say no. Maybe the reason why challah is potter from challah is because it says your dough twice in the pasuk. Since it says it twice, that really makes sure that that it has to be yours. But maybe matzah, where it only says it once, or it's only even gezeira shava, maybe there it wouldn't have to be yours. So that was what the Gemara is trying to prove. That was what was bothering the Gemara. The Gemara is trying to prove that it's the same machlokes by challah, by matzah, and by esrog. So again, by all of them, according to R Meir, you would not be yosef. Fine. Shall Trumah Tamei psula. So Trumah Tamei is passul. Why is it passul? The less by heter achila. There's no heter achila for Trumah Tamei. Right? Like we said, it has to be able to be mutter to be eaten. So therefore, since it's not eaten, then it's a problem. Yeah. Agav also, some want to say by Chanukah that the olive oil also has to be eaten. The Machmirim want to say that you have to use the olive oil on Chanukah. I don't remember how they get to that, but that it has to be edible. There are shitas that say that. It has to be, just like with all these things, it has to be edible, so the Chanukah oil also has to be edible. Yeah, fine. The Trumah tahor lo yito. So Trumah tahor though is interesting.
Cheesecake is a big mile. It has to be edible, but it doesn't have to be lochem.
For Shavuos, I hear.
Yeah.
But it's interesting you're saying that because Shavuos we say kuli almas moida that you need lochem by Shavuos, right?
Yaakov, but we use already the gezeira shava so much already for sukkahs between chamisha asar. Why shouldn't it work the same thing?
Because we say tesvav for sukkah. I don't know if we say it.
Yeah, but we say the same thing. We say the same thing for Pesach. Because you have to wait to start to say the same thing.
Yeah, but that has to do with the night of tesvav. Lulav and Esrog is day. Lulav and Esrog is day, which we're actually going to see later on. But not tomorrow's daf. It's a day mitzvah, not night. So it's tesvav seems to be that we're comparing the nights, not the days. That's what it seems.
I hear. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so now, Trumah tahor you shouldn't take. But what's interesting is that if you lichatchila don't take it, but if you did take it, it's going to be okay. So first, the Gemara is going to discuss why you're not supposed to take it. Trumah tahor lo yisol, you shouldn't take it. There's a machlokes between Ravami and Ravasi. Chadam Rabbanei Shemach Shira. One says because what can happen is what do you do with your lulav and esrog, or at least your lulav and hadasim and aravas? You put it into water to keep it fresh. Now we know that fruit cannot become Tamei unless you first put water on them. Right? So now, because you're putting the lulav in such close proximity to water, so mamela, that's going to have the possibility that you're going to take your Trumah tahor and it's going to end up becoming Tamei. So therefore, we don't want you using an esrog of Trumah tahor. The other shita says because it might get lost, meaning when you hold an esrog, so inevitably it starts getting worn out. So Trumah has kedusha to it. You can't just do anything to it. So mamela, it's going to get worn out. So therefore, we don't want you taking an esrog. Yeah. So my benai, what's the difference between the two shitas? This is a real like a yeshiva sheteret. You're going shekara le'ashem chutz mikli pasach hitzayna. What you did is you said that this esrog is Trumah, right? Because how do you do Trumah? How do you take off Trumah? You say that this fruit is going to be Trumah. Let's say one out of 50 fruits has to become Trumah. So you take that one fruit and you make it into Trumah. So what you did here is you took the fruit and you made it into Trumah, but not the skin of the esrog. Right? So since you didn't make the skin of the esrog, it's still, if it gets wet, the inside of the esrog will have the potential to become Tamei. So it's still a problem. But according to Matza, it says that the problem is that you might make Trumah get lost. That's not an issue because the skin is the Trumah. Right? The skin is Trumah. And the skin, is not Trumah. So therefore, if it gets worn down, we don't care. So that would be the difference between the two. Okay, so lechatchila was saying not to take an esrog from Trumah. But we say, but if you did, then it's kosher. According to the one that says, like we said on Amud Aleph, that it doesn't have a heter achila, it does have a heter achila because it's Trumah. Right? It's Trumah, a kohen can eat it. Yeah? And it does have din mammon. Right? Well, because what are you going to do with it? Yeah, so meaning a Trumah, what a kohen can take Trumah and marry a woman with it. He could take his esrog and go give it to a woman and be makadasha. So therefore, it's according to all opinions, it could be edible and it could be worth money, and therefore it's kosher. Right? But again, lechatchila, we don't want you because either it's going to get worn out or because it's going to become kosher to be makabel tumah. By v'shel Tamei. So Tamei, as we know, let's just repeat it. So Tamei comes from the word Tamei. What is this? Meaning, it's fruits that come from an amaret. So we're afraid that the amaret doesn't care about maaser. So therefore, we don't use it. We make you have to take maaser again. So shel Tamei, we said it's a machlokes b'shamai b'silo. B'shamai says you can't use an esrog of Tamei, and b'silo says you can. My time is the b'silo. What's the pshat in b'silo? Even since a person would. Oh, so I'm sorry. So another thing with Tamei is that it's a machlokes b'shamai b'silo whether a poor person is allowed to eat Tamei. Yeah. So, right. So it's a machlokes whether a poor person can eat Tamei. So B'shamai says a poor person cannot eat Tamei, and B'silo says you can. So that same machlokes is going to translate it to this. So again, my time with the B'silo, what's the reason for B'silo? Even the Ibai Mafkalu l'nechasev avi ani. Since it's possible, everybody can be an ani. You can make all your belongings hefker, and you can be an ani. The chazilei, and then you'll be able to eat the Tamei. So therefore, there is a potential for you to be able to eat it. Tashanami lachem karina be. Then that's called lachem. That's non machilin aniyim Tamei v'safsani Tamei. You're allowed to feed aniyim and guests Tamei because they're considered poor. Shamai, ani loy achol Tamei. An ani cannot eat Tamei. T'tnan, ein machilin aniyim Tamei v'safsani Tamei. Because we learn in the Mishnah, you're not allowed to feed aniyim Tamei and afsani Tamei. So Beishamai holds, since you're not allowed to feed aniyim Tamei, so therefore there's no way for anybody to eat this because it's also. Amar Rav Huna, Kana Beishama Yavrim Ein Machilin Esanim Esafsani Demai. With the Lemon Machilin Esanim Demai Esafsani Demai. So the same machlokes is Beishama V'Zillah, whether you're allowed to feed poor people Demai, and then therefore every person has the ability to make themselves poor by being masker everything. So therefore, that would translate into the same as machlokes, whether you're allowed to use an esrog of Demai. Meaning, because it's all dependent on whether you're allowed to make yourself you're allowed to make yourself poor. Whether a poor person is potter from Tamei or not. Fine. So maaser sheni Yerushalyim. So we had this already. The maaser sheni Yerushalyim. The Matza of Asheira. Right, according to the Matza, it says that you're going to make it kosher hare Asheira. Meaning kosher, you're going to make it wet. Therefore, it's going to make it kosher to become Tamei, which you cannot allow maaser sheni to become Tamei. Hare Asheira. The Matza of Asheira. And maaser sheni also can't become get lost. So therefore, you're also going to have the problem with the esrog hare mafsida. You might you're going to end up wearing it down if you use it. Okay, v'im not although, but if you took maaser sheni Yerushalayim, then it's kosher. The mother of Neishain by heter achila divrei hakol. According to the one that says that there's no heter achila, that's going according to somebody's going to mute. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So again, the Matza of Neishain by heter achila divrei hakol. According to the Mandomer who says that it doesn't have a heter achila, that's going according to everybody, because everybody holds that it has to have a heter achila, and it does. The Mandomer of Neishain but din mammon. Then, according to the one that says that it doesn't have a din mammon, hamani rabbanani, we have to say that it's going according to Rabbanan who hold that maaser sheni does not have kedusha to it. It's going according to Rabbanan who disagree with R Meir, and they hold that it doesn't have kedusha.
Jacob, can I butt in for half a second? Maybe it's inappropriate, maybe it's not, but I see Jesse just signed on. Baruch Hashem, there's good news. They found this boy that was missing, and Jesse, kol hakavod for helping out. I don't know. I'm not saying Jesse found him, but
yeah, okay, Baruch Hashem. So they found, yes, somebody, Avi Khan posted it just now, yeah. All right, Baruch Hashem. Tasei Hashem. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So that's
Jesse. We
so
like
that's
you
the rougher
again.
part. Now,
Yeshikayach.
yeah, Baruch Hashem. Yeah. I don't know if he's frozen or not. Okay. Now the next part is the practical part of tonight's stuff. Yeah, Baruch Hashem. Now we have Basuras Tovas. Now we could have a clear head to understand this next Gemara. It's not hard, but it's very, very, very important. Also chazazis. So chazazis means like a pimple on the esrog. Amar Rav Chisda, Davar zeh Rabbeinu Agadol Amru. We had a similar statement 2 blot ago. This thing, Rabbeinu Agadol, who's referring to Rav, he said it. Hamakam yiyeh be'ezrei, and Hashem should help him out. So lo shanu ela b'makam echad. Avashnayim v'shloshim b'koymes kosher. We're only saying this if the pimple is in one spot, but if the pimple, right, and it covers most of the, meaning it grows in one spot and it covers most of the esrog. But if it covers most of the esrog with 2 or 3 spots, then it's going to be kosher. Right? We said the same thing with the berries on the hadassah. Amar le Rava, and Rava said, Ada Rava, shnayim v'shlosh b'kamis havelei kimenumar passul. When it's in 2 or 3 spots, then it's spotted. Right? If you have a pimple here and a pimple there on top of an esrog, right? That's 2, 3 spots, and it's menumar and it's passul. Eli itmar aseifa itmar. So we're saying that it goes on the seifa, right? Which is what? Al miyutay kosher. That if the pimple is on a small part of the esrog, that's kosher. Amar Rav Chisda, Davar zeh Rabbeinu Agadol Amru, b'makam yiyeh be'ezrei, lo yishanu ela b'makam echad. That's only if it's on a small part of the esrog. That's only if it's in one spot. If it's 2, 3 places, then it's manure and it's passul. Right? So now basically what the Gemara is saying is that if you have pimples that are on a small part of the esrog, but they're in 2, 3 spots, then it's passul. So, and we'll see in the next Gemara in a minute or two that that really the issue is the top of the esrog. The top of the esrog, if you have even a small dot, it's a problem. Right? But everybody ignores the bottom of the esrog. The bottom line is on the bottom of an esrog, if there's a few spots, if there's 2-3 spots, then that could be considered manumar, even if it's on the bottom of the esrog. Okay? So then how do you judge spots? So I guess I'll hold up this bottle here. I don't know. Can anybody see me or can't see me? Is it working, the video, or is it not? I know it comes and goes.
I can't see you.
I could see you.
Okay, so whatever it is.
I can see you.
See? Okay,
You have to move over to the other tabs, because if you see a phone, it's on the phone. But if you move over to the other tabs, you can pick him.
I'm on with the phone and I'm on with the video.
Right, so whoever can't see him, look through the other tabs. You'll pick that picture and pin it.
Yes, anyway, so we have this water bottle. Let's assume this is an esrog. So let's say there's a dot here and a dot here and a dot there. So what we do is we draw a circle around the dot. If that circle is going to cover a majority of the esrog, then it's going to be passul. If the circle won't cover a majority of the esrog, then the esrog is going to be kosher. Right? But there's really any types of spots. Yeah, so there's actually a machlokes of the Chazon Ish and the Mishnah Berurah. Let's say there's one dot here on this side of the esrog and one dot on this side of the esrog. And if you draw a circle, now around it, that makes it a majority. So according to the Mishnah Berurah, that's passul. According to the Chazon Ish, that's not passul. It needs to be not just a majority from one side to the other. It needs to mamish be a majority of the entire esrog. Okay, maybe we'll have time to discuss it later. Not tonight. Say a different time. Okay. So that's what we're saying with the manumar. But Omar Rava, 5 lines up from the bottom. If it's on the nose, which most say, going back to the video again, most say where the esrog starts slanting up to the top, it's called the nose of the esrog. Even if there's one dot, as long as that dot is not supposed to be there, then it's going to be passul. So again, on the bottom, it has to be spotted in order to be passul. On the top, even where it starts slanting, even one dot is going to be a problem. Yeah, fine. Notla pitmasa. Let's say you took off the pitum. Taner of Yitzchak ben Elazar, notla buchante. What it means the buchna, which means like it looks like it really means when you have I wish I had an esrog here. You have pitum. What we call a pitum is really made of 2 things. There's a stick, and on top of the stick is a ball. Right? So what he says buchanta is the ball. That's what it's referring to. Yeah? Okay, so there's different sheets of exactly what that is. Yeah, niklaf, if it gets peeled. So if the esrog gets peeled, so it's a problem. Amar Rava Esrog the aglid, this esrog, the aglid kahina sumkok sheira, if it gets peeled and it turns like reddish, which I think is like what happens like when the peels of an apple go off and it looks a little brownish reddish. So that's what it's talking about. So if the esrog, right? So if the esrog looks like that, it's going to be kosher. Oh, but we learned that niklaf is passul. So what answers like kasha. And there's an interesting machlokes with this. Now it's on to the next Amud. Haba kula, haba viktasa. One is talking about where it was peeled, the entire thing. Rashi says it's kosher. And the other one is the miktasa. If the entire esrog is not peeled, then it's gonna be passul. Why? Because it's spotted. Right? That's the way Rashi learns it. Others learn that it's the exact opposite. If it covers the whole thing, then it's passul. And if it's only on a little bit, then it's gonna be kosher. Okay, fine. We'll stop here. All right. The Olam should have themselves a fine night, and Baruch Hashem will be to the side.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, good. Take care. What's somebody say?
Jesse, he's okay, right? He went off.
Where did they find him? What are they saying?
I don't understand how they got him how he got to by the beach somewhere. How did that happen?
I don't know anything.
Aaron, where did they say they found the boy?
Somewhere on a beach, and I'm not sure where.
Well, there's beaches in Canarsie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the other side of the belt, he was on one side of the belt. The other side of the belt is beaches. There's beaches in Kanas.
I didn't copy. I didn't copy goes like that side. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not so sure then.
Yeah,
Mika Amcha Yisrael.
I hear you. Yeah, but
That's one thing you have to say. The guy would not be able to find him in a few hours like we did. I don't think.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I hear you. All right.
All right. Good to know.
Have a good night.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Baruch Hashem, he's fine. But you can when you go Rockaway Park on the belt.
Yeah.
So you can walk from Canard. You can walk to the pier. You don't have to go in.
You mean over there where by Kohl's and Toys R Us over there?
Before Pennsylvania, Rockaway Turnpike,
I got
Flatbush Avenue, and then So over there, you can walk all the way to the pier. You can go to the pier.
Okay. I hear. Okay, but he was on the other side. He was by the park.
Yeah, but you could walk across. You can just walk. You don't have to go. You don't even have to. You don't have to go over the belt. Is what I'm saying to you.
Right. Okay. He's a 6-year-old kid.
That's Kanahari. Yes, that's it. So that's what I'm saying. I obviously don't know what happened. I don't know anything that happens.
Right. It could be he was. For all we I mean,
we don't know. But Baruch Hashem, they have him. And
right. Baruch Hashem. Yeah, because I'm sure what was going through people's minds and those parents. You can't be maaser.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I got to know everybody. Hear good things.
Right.